The 1970s weren't safer, they were better. Way better. We were the last kids who truly knew freedom. No helmets, no seatbelts, no one watching. We roamed miles from home, built forts in the woods, and rode big wheels till dark. And that kind of childhood, it's gone now. Let's remember what we had, while we still can. Number 1, when the street was ours. The street wasn't just where we lived, it was where we ruled. We turned chalk lines into bases, driveways into raceways, and sewer lids into home plate. No adults, no rules, just a lookout yelling, "Car," when headlights came. Then we'd scatter, laughing, and pick up right where we left off. You didn't need a park or a coach. All it took was a ball, a few kids, and pavement, warm from the sun. That wasn't just play, it was a world of our own. Number 2, just ring the doorbell. Making friends was simple. You didn't need a phone, an app, or a scheduled playdate. You just walked up to a house, rang the bell, and asked, "Can Jimmy come out?" That was it. No introductions, no hesitation, just instant connection. Sometimes you stayed friends for years, sometimes just a summer. But every neighborhood had that one door you knocked on first. And when someone new moved in, you didn't wait. You brought the welcome wagon with a kickball and 2 bikes. Number 3, no seatbelts, no problem. Car rides weren't about safety, they were about freedom. We stretched out across the back seat, climbed over benches, and curled up on the back window deck like cats in the sun. No booster seats, no buckles, just vinyl seats that stuck to your legs and a cigarette lighter you learned not to touch twice. If your dad hit the brakes too hard, you'd go flying, and everyone laughed. Today that sounds reckless, but to us it was normal, and honestly, we wouldn't trade it for anything. Number 4, a toy, a world. One Hot Wheels car, that's all it took. You'd race it across the kitchen floor, down makeshift ramps, or through a maze of table legs and couch cushions. No batteries, no screens, just gravity, imagination, and maybe a loop-de-loop track from Kmart, if you were lucky. That little car wasn't just a toy, it was freedom in your pocket. You didn't need instructions, you made the rules. And somehow you always knew which car was the fastest, even if it had one bent wheel.
Hey, I'm gonna jump all those trash cans.
Number 5, jumping trash cans. You weren't a real daredevil until you lined up 3 garbage cans, grabbed your bike, and tried to fly. Inspired by Evel Knievel, we built ramps from plywood and bricks, marked the run-up, and dared each other to go farther. Most of us crashed. Some of us cleared it. All of us wore the scars with pride. No pads, no helmets, just scraped elbows, bruised egos, and cheers from the whole block. That wasn't danger. That was glory. And every kid wanted to be the next legend. Number 6, spinouts were the goal. Some kids had green machines, others had crazy cars. Either way, the mission was the same. Spin till you were dizzy or hit something. You'd crank those handles, whip the back end around, and scream like a maniac as you fishtailed down the driveway. Steering wasn't the point, losing control was. And if you tipped over, even better. You'd jump back on, scuffed knees and all, just to spin again, because in the 70s, crashing wasn't failure. It was half the fun. Number 7, built it ourselves. Go-karts didn't come from stores. They came from scrap wood, lawnmower wheels, and whatever bolts you could find in your dad's garage. No plans, no manuals, just trial, error, and a lot of hammering. The brakes barely worked. The steering was wishful thinking, but once it rolled, it was magic. You'd race it down the steepest hill you could find, praying to survive the bottom. And if it crashed, you didn't cry, you rebuilt. Because in the 70s, we didn't just play, we engineered. Number 8, the woods had no rules. Every neighborhood had the woods, even if it was just a vacant lot with tall grass and a few trees. That was our wilderness. We built forts from scrap lumber, climbed trees that were half rotten, and hunted frogs in muddy creeks. Sometimes we found old tires, rusted bikes, even magazines we weren't supposed to see. No one knew where we were, and no one asked. As long as you came home by dark, it didn't matter. Out there, we were explorers, and the world felt endless. Number 9. The Big Wheel Wars. That plastic front wheel made a sound like thunder on the sidewalk. Every kid wanted a big wheel, and every big wheel ended up with bald tires from too many spinouts. We raced them downhill, skidded through puddles, and slammed into curbs like stuntmen. No brakes, no fear, just raw pedal power and scraped up knuckles. And when the wheels wore down to nothing, we still rode them, grinding plastic and all. Because if you had a big wheel, you weren't just riding, you were leading the charge. Number 10. Riding backwards, breathing fumes. If your family had a station wagon with a rear-facing seat, you were royalty. You sat in the way back, waving at strangers and making faces at cars behind you. No seatbelts, no worries, just the wind in your hair and the smell of leaded gas drifting up through the tailgate. We counted telephone poles, played license plate games, and sometimes just stared out the window in silence. It wasn't about the destination. That back seat was a moving world of its own, and we never wanted the ride to end. Number 11. TV waited for you. Saturday morning wasn't just a routine, it was sacred. You'd race to the TV in your pajamas, bowl of cereal in hand, and hope your favorite cartoon hadn't started yet. No rewinds, no replays. If you missed it, you missed it. The screen glowed with Scooby-Doo, Looney Tunes, and Schoolhouse Rock, each one a mini event. The floor was sticky, the volume too loud, and no one cared. Because for a few magical hours, the whole world paused, and the TV, it waited for no one. Number 12. Streetlight Was the Clock. We didn't need watches or reminders, just the streetlight. That warm orange glow flickering on at dusk was our universal curfew. 1 minute you were deep in a game of kickball or mid-sprint in hide-and-seek, and the next someone would yell, "Lights are on!" That was it. No arguments. You grabbed your bike, said a rushed goodbye, and pedaled home as fast as you could. It wasn't strict. It was understood. And somehow, that one simple light kept the whole neighborhood running right on time. Number 13. We got hurt and learned. We got scraped, bruised, even bloodied, and no one panicked. You fell off your bike, got the wind knocked out of you, and someone yelled, "Walk it off." Parents didn't blame the sidewalk or sue the neighbor. They cleaned the wound, slapped on a Band-Aid, and handed you a popsicle. Pain wasn't a crisis, it was a lesson. You learned what not to do by doing it. And the next day, you tried again, a little smarter, a little tougher. That's how we grew up, and we were better for it. Number 14. Broken toys, new games. When a toy broke, the fun didn't stop, it just changed. A missing wheel turned your Hot Wheels into a stunt car. A snapped SSP cord? Now it was a spaceship. We fixed things with tape, rubber bands, or pure imagination. Sometimes the broken version was better than the original. There were no replacements, no Amazon boxes. You made do, or made something new. And somehow those busted-up toys gave us our most creative adventures. Because in the 70s, nothing was wasted, especially not a good imagination.
Hey, Kool-Aid!
Oh, yeah!
Number 15. The Kool-Aid Mustache. Nothing said summer like a Kool-Aid mustache. You'd mix it yourself, dumping in way too much powder, stirring with whatever spoon you could find, and taking that first electric red sip. It stained your lips, your tongue, even your shirt. But you didn't care. Tang was for astronauts. Kool-Aid was for kings. Served warm, cold, or straight from the packet. It didn't matter. It tasted like freedom. And every backyard, every cul-de-sac had a kid with a sticky grin and a sugar rush, proudly wearing that Kool-Aid badge like it meant something. Because it did. Number 16. Music you could feel. Before playlists and earbuds, music lived in the room with you. You'd sit by the stereo, finger on the record button, waiting for your favorite song to play on the radio. You knew every scratch on your vinyl, every lyric by heart. And when the chorus hit, you didn't just hear it, you felt it. The speakers shook the floor, the words stuck in your chest. Music wasn't background noise. It was your world, your escape, your identity. And somehow, one good song could change your whole day. Number 17, The Block Party Magic. Once a summer, the whole street turned into a celebration. Someone got a permit, the cars disappeared, and out came the grills, coolers, and folding chairs. Parents chatted over beer. Kids tore down the middle of the street on bikes, big wheels, or roller skates. No cars, no rules, just joy. You'd eat off paper plates, dance to someone's boombox, and stay out way past bedtime. It wasn't fancy, it wasn't planned. But somehow, those block parties made your neighborhood feel like family. And that feeling, it never really left. We didn't need much, just space to roam, friends to laugh with, and time to be kids. The 1970s gave us that. It gave us freedom, resilience, and memories that still make us smile. If this video brought any of that back for you, share your favorite moment in the comments. Because remembering isn't just looking back, it's holding on to who we are.